Welcome to Connor's Lake Campground in the Flambeau River State Forest, Wisconsin State Forest. Wisconsin residents, $16 a night. Electric, $26. There are electric sites here. Non-residents, $21 and $30 a night for non-residents. You also need your vehicle sticker for state parks, as well as the camping fee. Now, the challenge here, I always say, hey, you can usually get a site on day of. Look around, see what's available, see what's reserved. And you can go to wisconsingoingtocamp.com and reserve it if you find one you like. Or call 1-800-947-2757 if you have service. I have no service out here. I have zero cell service. I'm not even sure how I could register for a site. Now, I can go to the yellow phone at the forest headquarters at that address down there and use that to make a reservation. It'd be nice if they had one of those out here. Well, let's look around and see what we find. All right, we have 30 sites in a loop. Some are electric, not a lot. I think actually only 1, 2, 3, 4, and one of those is a camp host. So we'll make the loop around. There's a nature trail, there's a beach, and most importantly, they have attempted to solve their issue with a cell phone booster, which does give me the ability to make a phone call. I have very weak internet, so it's not good for that. But at least I could reserve a site on site if I needed to. Let's start the tour. So if you're new here, welcome to Scotty Wandering. That is my channel. My name is Peter, and I do these videos so you can go to wisconsingoingtocamp.com and know what you're picking out, because I'm going to show you each site individually so you know what you're looking at. So let's start with number 1 here. So coming in, main entrance here, site number 1, Connor's Lake Campground. This is kind of cute. I've never seen a sign like that before. They also have a QR code, so you can try to get in that way or call if you don't book online ahead of time. So this is site 1. Very nice little site. Nice little wooded site, although it does look marshy behind, although I'm not sensing any bugs right now. Site number 2 along the way on the right side as you come in. Not a very deep site. This is very shallow. If you want a tent, you'd probably wind up over here where it's soft and cushy. But it's also where people would be parking an RV. Site 3 over here. Not a really big one, but a nice size. The gravelly section is over on the left. The rest is all kind of soft and mossy. Not super deep, but not too bad. Number 4 on the right. This one's a much longer site. So this one is long enough to handle a fair size RV. Your limitation is the tree in the center back. And then it hooks around to where the fire pit and table are. Most of the sites seem to be fairly flat. Wow, am I just burning out here? Most of the sites seem fairly flat here. And 1 through 4, you have a bathroom just past that. And that's the one with the cell booster, and it's questionable. Let's see if these settings are better. There's site 6, a nice flat spot. Backs up to a green space where the nature trail is. So that one, and the probably 30, I think, over there, back up to this green space. Great place to set up whatever yard games you want and things. And now we're going to make the loop around, starting with 7 over here on the right, which is a powered site. Not a very deep site, not a really big site. You're not going to get a big RV in here. It's very wide at the entrance. The power pole is straight back if you went this way. So great for something like a pop-up, teardrop, something like that, but you still want power. Nothing too big. 8 over here. This is meant as park up here, camp back there. That barrier kind of tells you that. Don't go past the barrier with your vehicles. 9, pretty big site. Not enough room for all of that and the vehicle in front. The vehicle has to be put to the side with power. 10 is the campground host site. Very wide site. And they got a trail going off somewhere. Site 11, you got the fifth wheel in here. It's not a really long one, but still pretty big. Power's way over there. They could have pulled further over to it, but still plenty of room. I mean, you could even park a trailer next to that if you needed to, or tuck the vehicle away. And apparently hammock trees. 12 over here, non-electric, and the rest of them are non-electric, I believe. This one's actually quite deep. It goes quite a ways back before you hit that picnic table, which can be moved to the side. Okay, 13 is open right now, so we're going to take a good look here. This is on the lake side. So you can see you have the pad here. They don't want you setting up any structures or vehicles past the fencing, but we have access to the lake. Looks like a good chunk of the lake is private property, so on the weekend I'm sure there'll be boats zipping around here. But this is a nice little private beachy area. You could probably beach a boat here. Okay, 14 I think is going to surprise you here. So we're starting here. Pull in. You can also back in over there. It's kind of weird, because it's also entrance to the bathroom. Although it says no parking, but it goes way back here. That's kind of a bizarre sight. Easy access to the bathroom, and everybody walking through to get there. Simple little pad back here, but if you need to, you have all that room to bring an RV and park it in here. And so you can start here where it says toilet instead of the original entrance and back in. Just get past the pathway for the bathrooms. Across the way, 15. Another very large site on the water. Got a nice breeze today. Really long site. I don't think there's anything you're not going to be able to get in here, as long as you don't need power. And another little path down to the water. All right, 16 here on the inside. Fair size, nice and flat. Fairly wide back there except where the trees are. All right, 17 here, again on the water side with a path down there. Also very long. And let's go check out this one on the water, and next to it is the access to the actual beach. So a bit of a steep drop down to the water from here. It looks very shallow, so you might be able to paddle in, but I wouldn't bring anything with a keel in here. You're going to be bottoming out a ways out there, but very clear water. We're more than halfway done, and it's time to go to the beach. All right, down the path, come on out, and we have ourselves just a nice sandy beach with some very clear water and nice sandy bottom. I'm seeing how far out the swim markers are. I'm betting you're probably still barely getting to shoulder depth at that point, if you even get that deep. Okay, right next to the beach access is 18. Fairly small depth site, very wide. This would be great for lots of tents or a pop-up, something small, or, you know, a pop-up in the whole tent kitchen or a variety of things like that. But you see where the barriers are? It's not that deep. 19 across the way, very deep, not that wide. This one goes back a long ways. Now the Wisconsin DNR website, wisconsin.goingtocamp.com, is very good about telling you how long the maximum length of a rig can be in any site. So double check those before you book them. I'm just giving you general ideas. Okay, site 20. You've got a short pad going back here, sort of medium length, and then a wrap around that's too tight to really dance around this tree and get in here with anything else. But very nice site otherwise, just not a huge site with a bit of a drop off behind it. 21 here on the inside, forever long. I don't care what it is, it's going to fit. You don't have to worry about trees on this side with slides or anything like that, not squeezing between trees. Or fabulous tent sites, but there's no soft cushy area for your tent. It's all gravel. Okay, site 22 is a little bizarre. It splits off. So you can back in over to here with something fairly large, and then you have all this room over here for camp kitchen and living area space or tenting. So, or you live over here and park your trailer over here. Site 23. Well, that's a tent site if I've ever seen one. Park your vehicle here. You might be able to get back over here with a pop-up or a teardrop or something like that, and then there's just a little space over here. But I would suggest that's a great place for a tent and just a living space out here. Okay, site 24, a nice wooded site, very wide, not extra long deep, but not short either. You get quite a bit of room over on this side to play with, and then room to cook and whatever on this side. A little soft muddy spot there. All right, 25 on the inside here. You got the fencing back there to tell you that's as far as you're going, which is fairly long anyway. And if you want to use this as a tent site, this is actually looks like the soft spot to put your tent. Across from that on the outside is 26. This is a two-parter. We got a fairly wide space here to play with, medium depth, and then a whole separate section over here you got to get through the trees to get to where you can set up your world. Site 27 doesn't look like it gets a lot of love. This is the drive-in, which looks untouched, because back here it slopes over as you're heading towards the bathroom. Be okay tenting spot behind the table over there, but this would not be good for an RV. It would tip your world. Directly across from that is 28. Very wide opening, grassy spot back here, small section over there. 29 on the inside. Again, doesn't look like it gets a lot of love or needs to be mowed. Comes in, it comes all the way around the corner here. All the way back to here and backing up to the bathrooms. Anyway, site 30 is our last site to look at. You got a tent pad coming back here, but then there's a side section over here which connects up with the green space that we started with that takes you down the path. So you got this green space to play in if you like, and a nature trail off the end. So that's Connor's Lake Campground in the Flambeau River State Forest in Wisconsin. There's one other one in the State Forest that I'm going to check out next, so I'll put that into my next playlist. If you subscribe, you'll see that on the next video that posts. If you haven't caught this some other time in the future, who knows how that works. So thanks for watching. I got a playlist here of all my Wisconsin State Park and State Forest campgrounds. I've also got another playlist over here of all of the National Forest ones in the Chequamegon Nicolet National Forest. Some in this area, some on the other side of the state. All worth checking out. You'll find your perfect site. There are hundreds of them. Get on out there. See you in the next one, and watch out for deer.